Welcome to Bikes and Bombers 8. It's the 8th consecutive year here at Lyon Air Museum, and it keeps on growing. Take a look down the line here. So many bikes turned out today, from BMW, Triumph, Ducati, Kawasaki, and many, many more. Even vintage bikes from 1916 are here today, lining up our parking lot. Just take a look at the wide variety and ranges we have from the more modern bikes. And as we proceed more down, it becomes more classic, like Indian, Excelsior, Cotton, all of which are here today. And of course, look what I just found. I mean, it doesn't have to be 2 wheels, it could be 3. And of course, as you proceed, keep going along here. Aprilia brand that I haven't heard of before. And of course, movement is always happening. More bikes arrive, and more as bikes leave, and keep going. Let's keep on walking down. The range of different bikes that we have here is just tremendous. Ducati, Indian, the legendary Indian brand as well. Just take a look at all of them. Harley Davidson. It's truly a tremendous viewing opportunity for a lot of motorbike enthusiasts. Of course, we have our vendors down there, but I think they're going to do a welcome introduction with Mark.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. I know the system out here isn't as good as inside, but we just wanted to welcome everybody to the 8th annual Bikes and Bombers event here at Lyon Air Museum, and give you just a quick little rundown of what's going to happen here. By 11 a.m., we're going to open up the People's Choice voting for the bikes, and the bikes will be pre-positioned over here in this area right in front of the lobby here at Lyon Air Museum. And the staff, we have a staff that goes out and picks the top 30, 25 or 30 bikes to narrow it down. So by 11 a.m., look for that. And then at 11:30, the ballots will be tallied, and 11:45. Hello. We had a little technical glitch there, and I think we're all back. So 11:45, we'll be announcing the winner of the People's Choice Award for the first place and second place bikes. And then inside, we want to talk a little bit about inside. So it's all free to be out here, but if you want to go into the museum, just a nominal fee to pay. And those inside are already hearing this, so you're inside. But outside, you definitely want to go in the museum, because not only are there more motorcycles in there, but there's some really historic vehicles and airplanes in there as well. And for example, we have one of Adolf Hitler's original parade cars, a Mercedes-Benz that was captured by the French during World War II. It's on display in the museum here. We also have the summer car exhibit taking place, and we've got the Ferraris on exhibit, and we've got Pebble Beach winning Ferraris on display in there. We also have the famous Dino that was buried in South Central Los Angeles, the buried Dino that was recently featured on the Motor Trend Channel autobiography TV show. So it's on display in there as well. Don't miss the opportunity to go see that. And that'll be anytime between now and the end of the day. You can get in there to see the museum. We have our local support from Orange County Harley Davidson, or is it Harley Davidson of Orange County? Oh, there we go, Orange County Harley Davidson. And we've got Jen here, and she'll just say a few words about their setup.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark. Hello, everyone. I am here from Orange County Harley Davidson. We are located about 7 miles south on the 405. Yep. I would like to invite everyone out. We have free lunch. If you want to ride down or drive down after the show, we have free lunch going until 3 o'clock. Also, if you stop by, we are doing a 2019 Iron 883. So all you have to do is swing by, enter, and you can win it. We're giving the bike away next weekend, so make sure you come out for that also. We also have a special bike at our booth. We have a 100th anniversary Springer at our booth right now for you to check out. It has about 3,000 miles on it, and it's a 2003 100th anniversary Springer motorcycle, Harley Davidson. I invite you to come to our booth and get some free swag, check out the bikes, talk with Stephanie and Wes, and see you then.
Thank you, Jen, and thanks everybody for coming. And please enjoy looking at the bikes on display outside and all the great stuff inside Lyon Air Museum. And we'll be, Jen wanted me to remind everybody they'll be giving away some gift cards, $25 gift cards. So there's 8 $25 gift cards they'll be giving away throughout the morning here. So stay tuned for that as well.
Let's take a look at some of the vendors that we have here. Of course, for the first time at Bikes and Bombers, we have Kawasaki. Let's talk to Jocelyn. How are you doing today?
Hi, good. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. So let's, it's your first time here at Bikes and Bombers. How do you guys like it so far?
It's actually our first time being a vendor at Bikes and Bombers, but myself and some other employees at Kawasaki have been here as spectators. It's a great event. It's just genuine motorcycle enthusiasts, so we just love hanging out and talking to people about all different kinds of motorcycles.
So let's see, our viewers at home today probably have never really seen Kawasaki motorbikes. Can you tell us some of the bikes that you brought today?
Yeah, so what you see kind of here on your left is our 2019 W800 Cafe. This is a throwback to our original W1 that was introduced by Kawasaki in 1966. That was a time when the Japanese motorcycle manufacturers were trying to gain traction in the U.S. And our W1 can actually be seen in the show lineup. We have an original 1966 W1 over there, so you can kind of see the old and the new. This is definitely a throwback bike, but with all the modern technology of a motorcycle that you would expect. We also have here our Z900 RS, which is another retro-styled motorcycle that's a throwback to our 1973 Z1. Which was a powerhouse back in its day and really kind of came into the market and was, you know, a lot of horsepower, a lot of performance, and a real huge hit for us. And these two motorcycles are, the styling on them actually really tie back strongly to those original motorcycles.
Yeah, and a really like a throwback is now really in nowadays too, so.
Right. Yeah, I mean, retro-inspired motorcycles, I think it's kind of rejuvenating the industry a little bit, getting a lot of people maybe back into motorcycling, you know, kind of reviving some of that interest. You know, you don't have to do all the work for finding a vintage motorcycle and trying to find parts for it and restore it and keep up on it. So, you know, we all love vintage motorcycles. We have a huge museum at our Kawasaki corporate office. But these are definitely motorcycles where if you just feel like going for a ride on a weekend, you can start it up and know that it'll start up and not really have any issues with it.
So this is your weekend go-to, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, fuel injection is amazing.
And are these on sale right now from you guys?
Absolutely. These are 2019 model year motorcycles, and you can really find more information out at any Kawasaki dealer.
Oh, wow. And then we do have little giveaways here as well, right?
Yeah, we have lots of giveaways. We actually have a lot of swag. We've got some T-shirts. We've got catalogs on these motorcycles, and myself and my coworker John are here to talk about motorcycles for anybody who wants to.
Well, thank you very much, Jocelyn. Enjoy the rest of the show. We'll head on next. And now we're with Jim, the newly formed OSI Motorcycles. So tell us a little bit about OSI Motorcycles.
So OSI Motorcycle actually has been in business about 3.5 years. We started off just doing rentals. We got into service and used motorcycles, and then we got into new motorcycles with Moto Guzzi, added MV Agusta, and recently acquired Newport Triumph. So now we're an official Triumph dealer. Moved just right down the street. Right down the street.
Literally right down the street.
Literally right down the street. And then just recently we picked up the Vespa and Piaggio. So we have 5 different lines.
So lots of brands. So 5 different brands.
5 different brands. Still rent motorcycles. Still full service shop.
So tell us what kind of bikes did you bring today for the show?
So we brought Brought a couple of, this is a Triumph right here. So this is the Triumph Factory Custom Thruxton. They only made 750, of which 250 came to the United States. This is number 493, I believe. It's all factory, customized at the factory there in the UK, and just a gorgeous bike. The one right next. This is the RC Reparto Corsa model. It's the dragster model, the Brutale dragster, and it comes with complete racing equipment, the SC Project exhaust that kid's feet are on. Yeah, about 350 pounds and about 150 horsepower. We also have the brand new Moto Guzzi in the background there. That's a V85 TT. That's a brand new engine design from Moto Guzzi. Stock 850cc engine in the past developed about 58 horsepower. This one gets about 80 horsepower. So it's really a paradigm shift for Moto Guzzi and how they do it. And then of course there's the brand new Triumph Scrambler 1200 in the background. Brand new design for Triumph from the ground up. It's a bike that's designed to be a scrambler. It's not a bike that was turned into a scrambler. So it's excellent on the off-road, really great bike. And then the last one we have over there is a little vintage Vespa, the GTV 300. So
Nothing about a classic Vespa right there, isn't it?
everybody's got to have a little classic Vespa. So it's great. The new 300 engine is our high-performance engine. If you can have a high-performance engine on the Vespa, but it develops about 18% more torque and about 15% more horsepower. Just fun to ride and gets great gas mileage.
I've already picked mine. That one's a lovely beauty right there.
Yeah, I know. If I was to fire it up, it'd probably break the microphone. That SC Project exhaust is so loud.
Well, do we have a website that people can check out?
Absolutely. So www.ocmotorcycle.net is our website. Our motorcycle rental website, you can access there, but it's www.ocmotorcyclerental.com. Got all kinds of bikes to rent.
Perfect. Thank you, Jim.
And now we also have, speaking of Triumphs anyway, we've got from Triumph Classic Motorcycles, John, and he's always here each year with some really neat vintage Triumph motorcycles. Would you like to say something, John?
Good morning, everyone. Mark, thank you so much for having this 8th straight year in a row, folks. Something to be proud of and growing. We are the vintage Triumph motorcycle dealer. We've got a whole gaggle of early Triumphs, and we're right down the street up Baker and Fairview. So if you're in the area, feel free to stop by. We also just introduced a new line of electric motorcycles, and exciting stuff. Here you go, Mark.
Thank you, John. I understand, did you bring the Queen of England with you again this year? Okay, so there's a photo op over there with the Queen of England if you have a moment, so you want to go out and see that. Okay, and next up from Ducati of Newport Beach, we've got Mike. Would you like to say a few things, Mike?
Hi. Feedback. Okay. Thank you, Mark, and thanks to Lion's Air Museum. Really appreciate you putting on this event. We're one of the original sponsors and the ones that supply the coffee and donuts with OSI Motorcycles. We know how important that is. We're Ducati Newport Beach. We are Southwest United States' only flagship Ducati dealer, and the store has been redesigned. We'd like to welcome you to come and check it out. Full service department for Ducatis, a lot of fun toys that we have in the store. At any given time, we're at 16th and Newport Boulevard. Come and see us. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Fantastic facility they have right down the way here. Okay, and now from Irv Seaver's BMW Motorcycles, we've got Devin. Would you like to say a few things, Devin?
Thanks for having us out again. It's always a great event. We've got some 2020 release motorcycles over there. We are one of the oldest standalone BMW dealerships. The shop's been around since 1911 and BMW since 1924. We've got a nice vintage collection of bikes at the shop and everything new from race sport bikes to classic cruisers and everything in between. Come check us out up the 55 off Catella.
Okay, and folks, just want to thank all of our sponsors for being here. And as you can see, we have a great cross section of motorcycles. So it's kind of everybody's common passion for motorcycles. It brings us all together here, and all different makes and models, and some really old vintage stuff too. And just a few highlights when you're walking around. The Excelsior, the British Excelsior that's over here with the sidecar. 1916 model. Can you imagine? 103 years old. So they've got some really neat motorcycles here to see, and the Cotton that's across the way, and a few others. So please make sure to see everything. Don't forget to go inside Lyon Air Museum. Don't miss the Ferraris that are on exhibit. They're only here for another week or so, so you want to see those as well. So thank you. We're going to be doing the People's Choice. We'll announce that at 11:45. You'll be voting at 11, from 11 to 11:30. We're going to tally the votes at 11:30. So you're going to start voting. The bikes will be over here in front of the lobby, Lyon Air Museum. We'll make the announcement for the winners at 11:45. And then one of the winners is going to have the opportunity to fly in the North American T6 Texan for a quick little trip around the pattern here at John Wayne Airport if they'd like to do that. So thank you very much for showing up, and enjoy the show.
Since the beginning, giving us our donut and coffee fixings, tell us what you guys brought today.
Okay, we've got some really super looking bikes here. So Mike's actually sitting on the Corsa with the race livery. And then I believe this is yours, Mike, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 1299 FE, 1299 RFE, final edition.
And then,
Really?
Big supers.
and then we have the Desert Sled. We have a dual sport over here. This one's doing really, really good. My neighbor just bought this, and she's ripping around the street on it, and also taking it out to the desert. So,
Wow.
yeah, when I walk in the dog, she's like ripping past me. So, yeah, we're really enjoying having this one around. And then on the other side is going to be our Cafe Racer. Yeah, which actually is one of our customers, Nader. He was nice enough to bring it along with us for us to see today.
Perfect. And we have a
Oh, a speciale. That's actually Trey's baby. So, yeah, he's had a lot of extras put on that aftermarket, and it is just a beautiful beast right there.
I mean, the red. Sorry, I'm obsessed with the color red. So it's just all this red is really, really. I'm like, now I'm thinking about bikes, but Well, do you guys have a website? They could check you out, or where's your location?
We do. We're located on Newport and 16th, right there on the corner. And you can get us on Instagram and social media. And I know it's Newport, Ducati, Newport Beach. Yeah, come by and see us. We'd love to.
And you guys are now, was it the only West Coast main dealer of Ducati?
It is, yes. And that just happened in April. We're really stoked about that. Mike and the team had been working to put that together, and it's finally happened now. So we had a massive big renovation. We are the only one on the West Coast. There's 4 in the US, and we're the only one on the West. So yeah, come by and see us. We have master techs in our service department, and I take care of the apparel and helmets, and we've pretty much a one-stop shop that you can come by. We have plenty of demos, which is really unique in California, to be able to take a bike out before you purchase it, Yeah.
Wow. Thank you very much, Sue. And
Thank you for, inviting us back for 8 years.
Thank you very much. We have many returning vendors this year. Irv Seaver BMW, hot dog cart for lunch. Triumph Classic Motorcycles is back as well. Let's talk. Take our annual Hi with the Queen. Let's see. Hi. Nothing really. Let's keep going. And of course, OC Harley Davidson once again bringing back, giving away raffles. They have $25 gift cards available. You can even enroll yourself in chance to win a 2019 Harley Davidson. We got a bike here firing up, driving away. And I think the bikes are finished tagging, and they're right over there. And voting is just about to begin. So let's go take a look at some of the bikes down there. Of course, we got Triumphs. Of course, we got Triumph bike right here. A Janus. Never heard of that one before. Another Triumph. A Mustang Stallion. (1962). Here we got a Kawasaki, a W1650. BMW. Cotton. I mean, take a look at the crowd. They're all crowded around, starting their selection process for what bike they're going to vote for the people's choice. And they're going to make one biker very, very happy, as the winner actually gets a flight on board the T6. So let's get a little bit technical and talk about the T6.
Basic and advanced trainers differed from primary trainers like the Boeing Stearman, having the student pilot sit in the front, the instructor pilot sat in the rear, whereas on the Boeing Stearman, the student pilot actually sat in the rear and the instructor pilot sat in the front. Now, taking a look at this beautifully restored cockpit, this is basically what it would look like in its World War II days. You have your landing gear and engine controls on the right-hand side. And in the upper right is the cavity where a .30 caliber machine gun that would be firing through the propeller arc was mounted, as well as you have the radio and oxygen controls for the pilot on the left-hand side. The rear cockpit has the same basic controls for the engine and flight instruments that the instructor would monitor and use to gauge how the student pilot was doing in the front. Now, with the SNJ-6, this aircraft does not have the swiveling seat nor the retractable turtle deck or canopy as earlier variants for the gunnery trainer version to facilitate the seat swiveling, as well as being able to face directly rear and fire at any aerial targets.
And there she is, our T6 Texan, getting rolled out, ready to make one biker very happy. Our winner announcement is next. Don't go anywhere.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have tallied the People's Choice little contest here. And just want to thank our sponsors again, Orange County Harley Davidson, OSI Motorcycle, which is just right up the street, Ducati, Newport Beach, Kawasaki, Irv Seaver Motorcycles, and Triumph Classic Motorcycles. So make sure to go visit them when you can, and they are here. All their booths are right here, so it's a good opportunity to go see them. The other thing was we do have lunch here. We've got a hot dog cart over at the end there, so make sure to get a hot dog. And they've got some really good lemonade over there, too. So now what we want to do is find out who won, right, for the People's Choice. Okay, so we had a tie for second place. And so because it was a tie for second place, what we're going to do is each of the winners in second place are going to get a T-shirt from Lyon Air Museum of their choice and size. And they're also going to get a year membership to Lyon Air Museum. So a tie for second place. The first of the two for second place was the 1968 BMW R60 owned by Ken Morris. And that is number 8 right here, the beautifully restored red BMW. So that's the second place. The other second place, the tie for second place, is probably one of the oldest motorcycles here. and that is the 1916 Excelsior owned by Don Nichols. He came all the way from Lompoc to bring this motorcycle to us. And I think you probably enjoyed, if you didn't see him earlier when he was riding up and down the driveway here and watching the thing putt around. It was such a cool, great experience. So so make sure to see that up close if you haven't seen it. Okay, and now for the winner, who rumor has it had a lot of family members here today voting as well. So this is great. Bring your family and friends because it helps you win. You get a lot of support. A 1965 Harley Electric Glide won, and that's number 12 down there. Beautiful motorcycle, beautiful Harley, and that's from Rich Lewis. So Rich Lewis just won the grand prize. So that's a membership for Lyon Air Museum, and if you'd like a flight in the T6, which is going to take off in about 15 minutes. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Please enjoy the rest of the show. Make sure to eat, visit the sponsors, and go into the Air Museum. And since we still have a crowd here, we do have a few previous winners here, and so I think it's worthy of talking about. Some of them are the people, and some of them are the bikes. One of the bikes that was the Tuskegee Airman sport bike here, I believe that's here somewhere. Did he leave? He just left. Oh, there you go. Well, that was here earlier, so that was one of the previous winners. And Don Nichols has won before. He had a beautiful recycle here a few years back. Yeah, 2 years back. And then last year he brought his beautiful Messerschmitt, and that came, I believe that was a runner-up last year. So he's very successful, comes all the way down from Lompoc to display his bikes.
I won the first year.
Oh, and you won the first year with the Indian. What was it with the Indian? Yeah, the military. Yeah, so this is our first ever Bikes and Bombers winner right here. So it's nice to have the repeat visitation. We also have the BMW that won last year. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? So thank you for bringing your beautiful the cotton here for this year. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Hey, enjoy the rest of your day.
So we are here with the winner of Bikes and Bombers 8. Rich, congratulations. Before we talk about your bike, let's talk about the flight on the T6. How was it?
My God, it was awesome. The horsepower it has to take off, and you're up there. It's just like you're in another world, flying around and looking down at everything on the runway. Looks like a postage stamp. So it was really an incredible ride.
Everything looks very much smaller over there.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how the plane landed on such a short runway, but.
So now you got your flight. Tell us a little bit about your winning bike.
Well, this is a 1965 Harley Davidson electric glide. It was last year the Panhead, and the first year they put 12-volt electric starter in there. So it's just an incredible bike. It's fun to drive, and it just gets a lot of attention wherever it goes. I really enjoy it. Thank you.
Yes, congratulations. Thank you very much. Right. We'll hope to see you maybe come back next year.
Thank you.
Well, that's going to wrap up our summer of events here at Lion Air Museum. Of course, our next big event is the Great Pacific Air Show in October. So we'll see you at the next event. Till we meet again, and blue skies to you.